Hiya crafters, Amy here, and I have a card with some baby onesies everywhere. This is the new onesie stencil. This is part of the September release. And I also have this It's a Girl stencil that goes along with it. And I have some Catherine Pooler mini ink pads that I'm going to use to whip together my card today. And stick around to the end, I'll show you another variation of the card using some similar stencils, so be sure to stick around to the end. But I'm taking a couple colors here, a darker and a lighter pink, to create this first card. I have a card base of 110-pound cardstock, and here's the first card that I'm going to put together for you today. Came together quickly, not a whole lot of technique or difficulty with anything, but these super fun and unique products make it so easy and fun to create these adorable baby cards. Now, this September release at A Colorful Life Designs is chock full of baby-centric stuff. The reason being is Mary Kay, the owner, is about to become a grandma, and naturally she's very excited. So there's very many baby-themed cards in this release, but of course, or not cards, stencils, but of course there's lots of other really cool geometric ones that you can use, in tandem with these baby ones or just on their own for all year round usage. So to start, I'm just laying down this first layer with some pink ink through this adorable onesie stencil. You can see these little onesies are all over on this 6x6 stencil. So I'm just doing this first layer here to start, and then I'm going to come in with the optional bunches of girls second stencil that I showed you, and they line up perfectly with this onesie, so they're great to use together or on their own. You'll see in other cards that I make throughout this month, I mix and match a lot of these stencils, the ones that are baby related and not, and just so many ways to really stretch this and create different looks. So if you need to make some new baby cards, or you just like to have them on hand when you need them, then you don't want to miss this release, because there is so many unique fun stencils that could be right up your alley. So I'm just coming in with a heavier hand and the darker pink of the two that I selected, and I'm putting It's a Girl in all of these little adorable baby onesies. So like I said, lines up perfect, but you can use either of these on their own or together. So that's going to create this background here, and I'm going to show you how I complete the card with a sentiment here. So first of all, I want to put some splatter. I think I actually had some gold splatter on this card base already before I started ink blending, and I noticed it, and I didn't want to waste the paper, so I just thought, well, I'll add some splatter and then no one will ever know. So I actually am creating a splatter with my gilding polish and just kind of flicking it right off from this acrylic block. So that's going to kind of correct the little mistake that I had on there. And I have some gold metallic cardstock and this die that actually has been in my crafty stash. I don't even know how long. I've never used it. It's from Echo Park. I have no idea if it's still available, but if it is, I will link it in the video description box below. So if you just expand that area and scroll down, you'll find those details. But I'm just going to line up these dies right on this metallic cardstock and hold it down with some mint tape, and then I will run it through off screen through my die cutting machine, and that's going to kind of cut out the little sentiments that I'm going to use on this card. This actually has different outlines here. You can see there's different components, so you can use these pieces together to have, multi-line letters or on their own. So you can create all different looks with this. It says Sweet Baby, and then I had some extra room, so I just cut out the love. And, I can always throw that in my little sentiment book, so I have it for future reference if I need it. But lots of fun ways to play with this particular die. Like I said, I don't know if it's available, but use whatever you have in your crafty stash, or if you have custom letter dies, this would be a really easy one to kind of cut out, baby with your custom letter dies. So these are little finicky, delicate dies. So I'm actually going to use my Artist Tack micro dots to kind of put this into to adhere this directly to the card base. So I am working right on the card base. I don't have any extra layers or bulk or anything like that. But this is going to put little tiny micro dots of adhesive all over the back. And I think I didn't get it very good. It must have been a little too used up in that spot on the sheet. But I'm just going to kind of burnish it on the back with my little bone folder there just to get a lot of adhesive onto the back of this delicate little die cut. So you could, of course, use two-way adhesive sheets and die cut through it, or a sticker maker if you have one, or liquid glue. But I'm really enjoying using these micro dot sheets, especially for these little thin die cuts where I would normally have a lot of liquid glue oozage, and I'm just not a fan. So I'm just going to adhere that down. Once I get it where I want it, then I'm really going to press it down to make it more secure with the adhesive. And then I'm going to take this baby and line that up underneath the sweet. So it's going to say sweet baby. And then I will add the other little pieces parts inside the B and the A to finish the design. So you just pull back this top sheet and again, put these little pieces parts in there as well to get adhesive on them. And then you just kind of puzzle piece them back in to the design. And then I do still have that inner portion of the sweet baby to use for a future card. So again, stick around. I'm going to show you another option with these fun new stencils. So just kind of finishing off this pink card a moment. And then once you get it exactly where you want it, just really press it down. I'm just using the kind of glossy sheet here just to really help burnish it and really press it down onto this card base. So that's ready to go. So that's still nice and flat. I'm just using my adhesive eraser. Sometimes you'll get some little bits of glue on the front. They can be a little challenging, especially on metallic cardstock. But I did do a video, first of all, when I got these micro dots, and then I did a follow-up review video, and I can link those in the video description box below. But I did get some really great tips that I didn't know at the time here. But I guess if you get these little dots of glue on the front of your die cut, on like a metallic cardstock, they can be a little hard to get off and smudge around, but somebody suggested using like a little Q-tip with alcohol to get that off. So that's another pro tip if you do get little extra bits of adhesive on the front of your die cut. And I do find that happens more often as the sheet gets used more. It doesn't happen as much with a brand new sheet. So here is a photo, thanks for sticking around, of the second variation. As you can see, there's also a bunches of boys stencil, which is very similar, or actually exactly the same as the girl one. But you can create a boy or a girl variation easily with these new stencils. And I used the inner portion of that die cut to spell out baby and a little sentiment strip from Tailored Expressions. So quick and easy baby cards. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. And I appreciate you spending time with me today. Have a great day. Bye.